fish tank. We already had the prototypes at the start of this 2 weeks, but we improved it. Our team consists of me, Ivan, Jusso, Koen, Karnesh, Dave and Patrick in the audience. Now we can talk a bit about our aim and objectives, what we want to achieve and how we will do it. To explain the objectives a bit, we need to describe some facts of Alzheimer's. We're going to talk a bit about the background, why we did it, what points we focused on, because we couldn't achieve all of them. What the stakeholders are of our app. We have made one use case of the app, a little demonstration, and in the end, the conclusion. Well, our aim is to support loss of memory and maybe improve a bit. Our objectives are provide feedback in the form of results. We implemented this in the app. Modify treatment based on the, well, in the end we want to be able to modify the treatment of patient based on the results. And always one of the main objectives was to engage the patient in the use of the app. That's why we didn't make a boring just reaction time app with a dropping thing, but we made an actual game. Right, so
yes, the age is a greatest risk factor for dementia, and dementia affects 1 in 14 people over the age of 65. And yeah, the main symptoms are loss of memory, mood changes, problems with communicating and reasoning. Yes, in the background. So yes, the most common cause of dementia is Alzheimer's disease. So we found this study led by Adam Gasly at the University of California, San Francisco, which was about this game, Mind Racer. Neuro Racer. So they found that the elderly players had improved multitasking ability and their memory, and they had better focus after playing the game, and the effects are transferred into everyday life. So the older adults reduced multitasking costs compared to both the active control group and a non-contact control group, attaining levels beyond those achieved by untrained 20-something participants with gains persisting for half a year. And then there was this other study by Benjamin P. Solo, which was of Princeton University, and it states that Alzheimer's games increase alertness and awareness. And we are focusing more on the way we can improve the memory loss. And Dory's fish tank will test cognitive skills like memory, and the results will be gathered and used to analyze and monitor the patient progress. And the results will lead into change in treatment. And we'd like to provide a service where we could gather the patient results and analyze them with other patients, and analyze them and compare them with other patients. And also the focus is to engage patients to use the application, so make it as fun as possible.
Alright. Well, the main stakeholders of our application are, well, for funding, there is the, well, whoever wants to pay, but the insurance company will be our main focus, because, well, in Holland, it's custom if, for instance, an application is actually providing usable data and it's, well, saving money on a long time actually, then it's sometimes funded by the insurance company. The customer is always a stakeholder. In this case, the customer is not the one who's paying, or no, it's actually the doctor or the man in charge of the results. And we have a user. The main focus is on the users of the age of 60 plus. Well, we have a little use case. Murray and Jacob. Jacob starts forgetting things. While he's got the doctor, he's going to the doctor for that. After he's diagnosed with Alzheimer, he gets to play the game for around 50 minutes a day. From now on, Jacob's results can be monitored, and if it's taking turn for the worse, action can be in the token. Another demonstration.
Alright, so I'll give a demonstration of the application and show you the progression we have made on Dory's fish tank. So, what we have added to the fish tank is another minigame. Like first we had just shark attack, but now we also made a minigame that will test memory. And also we have improved the results that are gathered, and we also added a graphic representation of this data, so I'll show you that as well. I'll first play the first minigame, which is shark attack. And most of you will probably remember this. There are sharks popping in the screen, and you have to save your fish and prevent them from being eaten. Like this. So as you can see, you just got one fish left and 10 seconds to go. Alright, so I made it. I managed to save at least a fish, and I was rewarded an additional fish in my main fish tank. And we can see that we have now 3 fishes swimming here. It was randomly picked, unfortunately, another one of these. Shame. And for the second minigame, I'd like to get a volunteer for playing the memory game. So maybe someone, yeah? Right? Come up here. We'll test your memory.
I didn't drink too much yesterday.
Alright, if you come up here and let's see how you manage. Just use that memory, and then you will get a few what you have to remember. Then after a few seconds, you can start.
This is for Alzheimer people, right?
Right.
I should do
Well,
that.
you can even select your own difficulty, so you can go as hard as you want. Good luck. Maybe remember, you as well, the audience, so if you screws up, you can correct him. Oh, you did it! Alright, so we've played 2 mini games, and before we did this demonstration, we also played some mini games back at the hostel. So there are already a few results, and I will show these results to you. First, results from shark attack. What was logged was your reaction time, how long it took you to press all the sharks, and as you can see, I did pretty poorly in the demonstration because in this last minigame the result spiked, and it took me a long time to get all the sharks. But the amount of fish eaten was less, so I did better than the previous minigame. and the memory results. You can see here in the top how long it took to complete the minigame, so the completion time. And it took him a bit longer, but he managed to make 0 mistakes, which is pretty good. And you also, at the bottom, you can see what difficulty setting was selected. What we've also been working on is localization, so it will be easy to add in different languages. So we, of course, added Finnish, which will shortly show you. So you can see here all the text can be easily translated into any other language. So that's so yeah. But I think you guys get the point. There's much else to see. It's just a different language, which is useful for all the people who might not even know English.
Just my phone.
It's a prototype.
Online tablet.
It's a prototype.
Yeah.
Right, in conclusion, in this few weeks we already had a prototype that monitoring results. It was just saved in a file and, well, never touched again. We have a basic acquiring and shark attack. Well, the improvements we made in the last couple of days were, well, a better shark attack. We have implemented statistic analysis, so, well, some users can actually view our results. We made a new memory game, and we made a translation, and that's about it. Before the app actually goes in production, we have a few recommendations, like upload the results to an external database so it can be viewed, for example, from PC. A minigame focused on cognitive skills. For example, feed the right color of fish the right color of food. A minigame to monitor the motor skills of patients, for example with the remote, and the connection is already there. And it will be nice to scale the difficulty of the minigames according to the patient's previous attempts. And then a pilot study to give feedback on the act. Are there any questions?